Hey, what's up, peeps? Welcome to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. Today I'm here in sunny Orlando, Florida. I'm back home in Florida. I did a lot of pickups and I just wanted to show you guys. Just watch the video and, hopefully you can go on vacation with me through the video. And watch. So, what was the name of that comic book shop we went to? Like Guys and Comics?
Gods and Monsters.
Guys and Monsters. Then the other one was like Coliseum Comics.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so I made it back from my vacation, man. I picked up a whole bunch of comic books, man. When I tell you, I mean, I picked up a whole bunch. I picked up a whole bunch. And I always kind of wanted to make a comic book kind of documentary. I want to link up with the guys, that's in my area, that's in the Atlanta area. And without further ado, let me just show you the bag. So give me 1 second. So this is everything that I picked up. It looks pretty big. It's really not that much, but it's a pretty good amount. So without further ado, hey, you know what we do on Direct Edition? Let's get into some comics. Okay, so the first place I went was a place called Coliseum Comics. I didn't actually get these preview books from there. I got them from the last comic book shop that I went to on the last day that I was down there. These previews came from Daytona Beach. Me and my friend Tyler, we hit a total of 4 stores. The first store was Coliseum Comics, and I'm going to show you where I picked up from there. I was able to pick up this Hulk number 13. And before I get started on the comic books, I just wanted to let you know that if you're in the Orlando area, Coliseum Comics is right by the Millennium Mall. And that comic book store, I wouldn't suggest that you go to get anything like out of the boxes or on the wall because everything is priced up $10. To make a long story short, I had bought the first appearance of Doomsday about 2 weeks back from Dave's Comics for $25. They had that on the wall for $35. And then they had every single book of the Civil War that came out, the first Civil War. Every book they had on the wall was either $35 to $40 when those books don't even go for that much online. But I digress. I'm not going to totally take a dump on that comic book store because I did pick up some incredible finds at a dollar bin, and this is one of them, Hulk number 13. Hulk number 13 with Deadpool. I was able to pick up Harley Quinn number 12, the Lego variant. Harley Quinn number 19. This is the Brady Bunch. Yeah, it's an old show. Brady Bunch. 2 Harley Quinns number 20. These are from 2015, so I definitely was happy about finding these in a dollar bin because I know in Atlanta or in the Georgia area where Harley is she's very much popular. You can't find any of her books for under like $3. So, and this Hollywood cover, it actually has a variant to it, so it's like 3 copies of this. I actually saw the third variant at another comic book shop, but I was like, hey, I already got 2 number 20s, so I didn't want to get a third. That's just overkill. But yeah. And lastly, I was able to pick up Harley Quinn number 26. This is the Batman's Nightmare variant. In Batman versus Superman when he had the nightmare. I guess that's where that comes from. So, yeah, happy with it. So now that we went over these books from Coliseum Comics, I'm going to show you a brief video of when I was inside the store. They had pretty good statues. I mean, their statue selection was off the chain. But you can't get nothing over on me unless if, I'm completely oblivious to it. But most of the statues, I know the price. I know the prices on the statue. Most of your Marvel Legends, I know the prices on them. Because I'm just like that. I'm pretty, saying on point when it comes to stuff and knowing the prices. And that store is beautiful. And I love supporting local comic book shops. But I'm not going to support you when you're trying to clearly make a profit off of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you sell it for cheap, but at the same time too, their statues were priced $100 over than what it should have been. So here's a look at the inside of the store. Okay, the next store I went to in Orlando because Coliseum Comics made me have a headache, so I had to go somewhere else to at least, buy some key issues when I was down on vacation. The next store I went to was Gods and Monsters, and that's in Orlando too. It's more towards the tourist area. It's a little hole in the wall, and I was glad that I found it. So let me show you some of the pickups from there. It's called Gods and Monsters, and I only paid $36 when I was in there. First thing I picked up was Obnoxio, the Clown versus the X-Men. I love this cover. Like, I was so happy when I found it. And yeah, man, it's a newsstand, so I was very, very happy to get this. And this is Obnoxio, the Clown, #1. Next, I was able to pick up the All-Star Squadron. I love my old, crusty, dusty books. And man, I had a good time in that comic book shop because I just love grabbing older key issues. So yeah, All-Star Squadron #1. Let's see what I paid for it. $5. Not bad. Next book I picked up was Giant Size Doctor Strange for $10. I'm really in love with this book. The only thing is when I got it home, well, when I got back to the hotel, took it out the package, I realized that it had water damage on the back. And that kind of sucked, but it's fine. I mean, it's an older book. I think it's from like 1975. So I'm just happy to have it in my collection. Next thing I was able to pick up from Gods and Monsters is Silver Surfer #50. This is a really, really cool Thanos cover. Silver Surfer with the foil in the middle. And this is a second printing. But yep, still happy to have it in my collection. Oh yeah, definitely had to get this Moon Knight. I actually met the owner, and the owner said, "Hey, I'm not that type of person that try to make a whole bunch of profit off of my books. So it's either cover price or the price is on there." And matter of fact, it's not just the cover price; it's half of what the cover price is. So I went ham when I found this Mark Spector Moon Knight #1. Oh yeah, yep, was able to pick up this Spawn #3. It's funny because out of my whole childhood and me collecting spawns, I've had Spawn 1 and 2, and then it jumps, but I've never even seen 3. So this is my first time even seeing this cover, and it's sad, but I got it for half of that price, $1.95, which means I got it for $1. And like I said, I really appreciate when comic book shops they don't try to get one over on you when they're like, hey, you know what I'm saying? If the book's $10, they're not gonna price it out at 15. They'll price it at 10 or 8, and that's what I ran into. And I was so happy to get this in my collection. Spawn #3. Now if I was doing a regular video, this would definitely be a main event. This is Amazing Spider-Man #15. This is second printing. This is Mary Jane the Iron Spider costume. From what I've heard that they're supposed to be coming out with, just like they did the Venom variants, they're supposed to do the they're supposed to do Mary Jane variants. So I'm really excited about those because I definitely want to get them. But yeah, if I was doing any other video, this would be a main event. Amazing Spider-Man #15. And lastly, from Gods and Monsters, I was able to pick up Batman #2. Man, when I saw this book, I was like, yes, the first Court of Owls. You know what other book I was looking for, right? I was looking for Mr. Bloom. I was like, is it there? Is it there? Is it there? I didn't get no Mr. Bloom, but I did get the quarter vowels. So I was very happy that I rebound and went to another comic book shop instead of giving up at the first comic book shop that we actually went to. So here's another look at some of the books that I got from Gods and Monsters. Like I said, this is in Orlando, Florida. It's a little hole in the wall. Very happy to have that Obnoxio the Clown versus the X-Men. Spent $36. And yep. So let me go ahead and show you a clip of how the inside of Gods and Monsters look. Oh, excuse me. Wow. When we check in, I can go ahead and look at the look. You see the what's called
Yeah.
the Ripley. Can put you guys on my channel. Did you see these up here, Tyler?
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm ready to go.
No, no, I really did see.
These are nice.
The Lifetime ones.
Mm-hmm. Come on, Tyler, be in the video. This is nice. I like this setup. I didn't even see Slimer up there. So the next place I stopped was Books a Millions. That was in Daytona. It was at the Volusia Mall. Is it called Volusia County? Yeah, Daytona is Volusia County. Yeah, so we went to Daytona, me and Tyler, and we just wanted to, get in the water, see the beach and, just have a good time. And so we stopped by Books a Million, and I'm going to show you some of the books I got at Books a Million, okay? The first book that I picked up in Books a Million, I was looking for this here in Atlanta, was Darth Maul #2. Books a Million had it, and we had some kind of deal going on where we got even our dollar books a half off. Tyler bought like some kind of card in the store where he became a member, and he used it on my purchase, and that took my purchase from about $26 down to $15. So I got these two Darth Mauls #2 for less than cover price. So I was happy. The next book I got was to go on my Harley Quinn Rebirth run. And you know how Harley Quinn is. I haven't even seen this cover because I didn't do a pull list at my local comic book shop. But this is Harley Quinn Rebirth #2. Man, I love this cover. It has like the zombies. So yeah, if you look at the savings that's actually on the poly bag, you'll see that we saved, I saved 60% off the cover price, which means that it was more than half off. So half off of $3 would be like $1.50. So I might have spent like $1.25 on this book. Yeah, man, I'm going for Harley Quinn. Anything I can get Harley Quinn, I'm gonna gobble up. The next book I got for 50 cents is Star Wars: The Force Awakens. This is #2. I thought it was a pretty cool cover. It was only $1. I couldn't pass it up. Big fan of Kylo Ren, even though everybody says he cries a lot. I don't care. I really do like Star Wars. Y'all already know. For some reason, I couldn't pass up this Amazing Spider-Man 1.6. Definitely had to get it. It was cheap. Yep. Okay, and as you can see, they still had a Supergirl Rebirth for 60% off. Definitely had to pick that up. I'm a big Supergirl fan. I don't have a lot of Supergirl comics, but I do have a complete run of like 1 through 20. Back in the day when Mike Turner was drawing her covers, that was back in what, 2000, what we want to say like 5 or 6. So yeah, Definitely love my Supergirl. And the last book I picked up from Books a Million was this Vote for Loki #2. The reason why I picked this up is because it's a direct cover swipe from Captain America #1 when he's throwing that right hook to Adolf Hitler's jaw. Definitely had to pick this up. The funny thing is, out of all the comic books I picked up, I'm in love with that Noxio the Clown versus the X-Men more than any one of them. And I got some killer issues, but that's one of my favorites. But yeah, Vote for Loki #2. Yeah, so after Books a Million, we went to eat at my favorite restaurant. So I'm going to show you footage of Books a Millions. I'm going to show you footage of my favorite restaurant. It's called Caribbean Jack's. It's right on the water. And after that, we're going to go to the next comic book shop. Let's get us something to eat. My favorite restaurant in Daytona, Caribbean Jack's. Let's go. See how right now we just take a break from Books a Million and we're eating at my favorite restaurant in Daytona, Florida. Daytona Beach, Florida, which is Caribbean Jack's. Just beautiful, man. Just enjoying life. So I was digging around in the W's and this is what I found. I found World War Hulk #5. This book has eluded me since these books were on the shelf in the comic book shops. I didn't put it on my pull list way back in the day. And when I went in my comic book shop to get this last issue, it was sold out. This is the first appearance of Scar. Okay? So this is, to me, it's a big key issue. I love this book. David Finch drew the cover. The Hulk and the Century go at it in this book. And man, what more can I say? So when I saw this book, I definitely had to pick it up. I couldn't leave it in Cloak and Dagger. I definitely had to bring it back to Atlanta with me and put it in my collection. And I'm happy to say I own the complete run of World War Hulk. I could have bought the paperback or the hardcover, but I think the single issues are more important. So, yep. All right, now the books keep getting better from Cloak and Dagger, man. I'm telling you, I was in there, man. My main event is, man. But we're getting closer to the main event. And the funny thing is, the main event that we're getting close to was the last comic book shop that I went to. But this is giant size, The Amazing Spider-Man, gold foil cover, #375. Yep, definitely had to pick this one up. Straight shot in the arm to the 90s. Like if you're a 90s comic book fan, this put the adrenaline right in my arms. Love it. So yeah, as I'm thumbing through his Amazing Spider-Man, this is what I run across. And I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So to me, this will be your #3 main event. We're going to count down from 3 to 1. And this is #3. This is the Amazing Spider-Man, #363 newsstand edition. Man, when I was in the comic book shop, I was just like, wow. And the funny thing was, I was wet because I had just came from the beach, but I was like, man, I don't care how much salt and sand I have in my hair. I'm going through these boxes and was happy to pull this one out. Okay, so this is #2 on your main event. This is Dazzler. I've always been a huge Dazzler fan, always been a huge X-Men fan. I'm definitely going to get that Marvel Legends wave whenever they release the wave in the boxes that you can buy the complete box. But until then, yep, had to get my Dazzler #1 because if you watched my videos a couple weeks back, I just bought #2. So man, I was so happy to see this on the wall. It was calling me. That's my baby, Allison Blair. Yeah. Okay, okay, you guys, you know how I feel about this cover. This is Black Panther, the Venomized cover, the baddest cover out of all of them. I told you guys that if I saw it, I would get it. The guy didn't charge me. I think he charged like maybe what he had. He had, you buy two back issues, and the third back issue is free. And he actually put this as a back issue for me. And I was so appreciative of that guy at Cloak and Dagger, man. Like, he was just like, hey, man, if you want it and I see it in your eyes, I'm going to make a way where you can get it. And I got it. This is Black Panther, the Venomized cover. And the reason why I like this cover is because if you look at the bottom, like, there's a jaguar. That's one of my favorite big cats. I love all the big cats. But if you just look at this cover, man, this cover is sick. I think this one and the all new Wolverine is about the sickest Venomized covers. So, yeah, man, that's your main event. Black Panther Venomized. Wow, finally got it. Again, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Direct Edition. Man, I've been receiving so much love lately, man. I appreciate you guys. Remember, I said focus on the ones that show you love and not on the ones that don't show you love. And I pray that you guys be successful in life. And remember, the channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell if you like, me playing around, with my comic book hauls. And hey, man, I will catch you guys later. Oh, and special shout out for you guys taking this trip with me down to Daytona Beach, Florida. I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.